Let's see here. Need to go over here. Come on. Get that in there. Got that, okay. Yay, Saribot's here. Awesome. I love that saying fuck you to Saribot is how you test to see if it's in your stream. Okie dokie, let's send out some alerts for go live here. Where is the channel for self-promo? There it is. Aha. Where do I share things? Let's see. That's voice chat. Damn. And it's hard to find the self-promo channels in all these discords. Where is all these things? Here it is. Self-promo. I do not have permission for this one. Okay. Promote yourself. There. I can put it there. And there should be one here. There we go. I can't post in that one either. Damn. Community streams. Can I post in this one? It looks like I can. Yay. Shameless self-advertising. Post in that one. Yay! Okay, I think that's all set. How's the stream looking here? No drop frames, 60 frames per second. Not very bad on the CPU. Bitrate seems stable. Nice. Alrighty. I think I got all that. I got all these. Check that. Check that. Okay. Hydraulics have no power yet, so I can't check that stuff. So, let's get back in the plane. Or, yeah, back in the plane. Cockpit. There we are. Yay. Look at that. It's all dark except for this. Did I turn that down? Brightness, yeah. Okay. Got the doors open, jetway's in place, chocks are in place, ground power is connected, but I haven't powered up the plane yet, so that's not taking effect. I just thought I'd run a little stream here. I've been having a lot of fun flying the CRJ-700 around. I flew it from my hometown out to Las Vegas, then from Las Vegas to San Diego, from San Diego to San Francisco, and then this morning I flew it from San Francisco to here in Salt Lake City. And now we're going to take it from Salt Lake City to Denver. And yes, I am the girl. Hi, Decilis. How are you doing? I'm doing a little stream here, and I'm wanting to show like the entirety of flight planning for flying this plane. So before I even do anything here in this plane, I'm going to set up a flight plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our browser here. Let me pull this over here. And what I did is go to this FlightAware page, and I looked up Salt Lake City, and I found flights in the CRJ that go out of Salt Lake City in the real world. And so I found this SkyWest 5522 that I'm going to fly today. Yikes. So it shows that it's an hour and 33 minutes total travel time. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? And it shows the route right here, so I can check the route whenever I get that set up. And it even shows a little map of what their planned route is. Now, I might have to change some things on the flight, like what the departing runways might be and stuff like that, based on the current weather activity. So what I do is I go over here to Sim Brief by Navigraph. Hit the dispatch, create new flight. Put in my airline, put in the flight number, which is 5522 for the real world one, and then we put in the departure and arrival airports. It puts in Colorado Springs automatically for the alternate, and then we put in the aircraft, and it's telling us 16 right and 16 right for arrival and departure at Salt Lake City and at Denver. Interesting. Let's check the weather real quick. So what I do for that is I go to a program called Volanta, and I've got the Salt Lake City Airport, which is right about here, selected, and it shows me the METAR up here, so I can see that the wind is 140 at 6 knots. And if I zoom in on the airport, you can actually see the runways a little better. So it's 16 right it's wanting me to take off on, which is way over here. And the wind is 1-4, so it's kind of coming from this direction across the runway just a little bit, but for the most part, that's the most into the wind runway there is. So that's where we're going to be taking off from today. So I don't need that anymore. Move this back over here. 16 right looks good. Let's actually go back real quick. Let me check one more thing. We can check. Where's Denver? Where the fuck is Denver? Ah, here it is, I bet. Yep, that's it. So we'll check the weather in Denver. Variable wind at 4 knots, so it's very light wind. I get that from a lot of my friends who listen to me, baby. So variable at 4 knots isn't a very strong wind, so 16 right should be okay. I'll check the weather again before we get landing. And that way I can make sure I'm landing on the right runway. So now that I've got that, I'm gonna go over here. Let me pull things up so I can see things here again. And I think I've got everything set there. And this route appears to be the exact same as the route that they have here. So that's cool. Don't need anything else. I'm going to generate the flight. Done. Redirecting to up. And then it shows you all this information about the flight. I don't really need any of that page right there just right now. So I'll go ahead and minimize that. Oh, honey. I am not. Shush. We go back into Volanta and we plan a flight. It already knows we're at Salt Lake City. It's trying to say I'm in a Boeing 738, but I'm not. So I go here, and then I can import my flight plan from here. And, god damn it, wrong plane. I need this one. There we go. And now it shows the route from Salt Lake City all the way to Denver. Nice. So that's sweet. Now I'm going to go on my tablet and I'm going to pull up charts. I can pull up the charts on the computer too, but I find it's easier to pull them up on my tablet so that I can look at them without having to look on another screen or set up things on another screen or stuff like that. So I'm going to do that. It would be cool to do that for the stream though, so that I can let's see here. Okay, so I've got Salt Lake City and I need the taxi out chart, so we're going to pin that one. And I need the SID, which if I go here and look at briefing, that actually brings up the flight plan in the browser over here. This is the flight plan page. It gives you all kinds of information about how much distance you cover whenever you're traveling, your weights that you need, how much fuel you need, origin and destination. It gives you route to your alternate and route to your destination. So what I'm going to do from here, I need to pull up the Rugged 2 departure for Salt Lake City. And then I'll need the Denver charts for the Long Z1 arrival. Long Z1, okay, found that. And then we're approaching, as far as we know right now, we're approaching ILS 16 right for landing. Complicated instructions? If you say so, I don't know. Did I post that in this channel? Hang on. I want to make sure I got all my alerts out. I think I did. Yvonne! Hi Yvonne, how are you doing? Oh cool, they already have me on their bot over there in that Discord, so it announced for me. How are you doing, Yvonne? I'm just flight planning for a flight on my Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. I'm pulling up the charts on my tablet so that I can see where I'm going on the tablet. Let's see here. Parking gates, I won't need any of that. I'm doing pretty dang good. Okay, and I got the departure chart. So I need this, and that shows me where I am here, and I'll be texting out there. Okay, I got all of that stuff pulled up. And I'll need this again here in a few minutes, but for right now, I think I've got everything I need. I can close this, I don't really need that right now. And get back in the plane here. So I've got some stuff already set. I've got the doors open, and you can see the jetway is connected right there to the airport. I've got a ground power card on so that we can get some good power. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the battery. It beeps at you a little bit, and then turn on ground power there. Turn on the nav lights. That's one of the hydraulics that you turn on early. Turn on that, and this right here turns up some lights on the panel, which you can't really see in the daylight, but that's alright. And this switch right up here is a recirculating fan. Oh, wife. It's not nerdy, it's piloty. Okay, it's kind of nerdy, I guess. Let's see. I think that's everything I need on the overhead panel right now. Eventually we'll go up here and turn on the alternate power unit that's in the plane so we can disconnect from ground power. And then after that, we'll get to a point where we can start up the plane, and the engine start buttons are up here as well. Right there. Let's see. So I've got that. I'm going to go down here, and we're going to pop that down so that it's out of the way. We're going to turn up this lighting here. I think all that's fine right now. I don't need the floods or anything. Get this arm out of the way, and I can turn up the integrated lighting on the pedestal. And I don't really need it, but I'm going to turn up the integrated lighting on the co-pilot side as well. And I'll go ahead and turn on the IRSs because they take a while to align. And then the stab trim and the mock trim will get all turned on. And you can see on the display here it says attention heading aligning, do not taxi. So we have to wait until that's done before we can leave the gate. So I think that's all the buttons I need to push right now. Let me push the warnings off because they don't need to be flashing at me. I know that the plane is not running yet. So I think what we want to do next is go over here to the nav data FMS, Flight Management System. Oh, shush, honey. You check the date here to make sure that you're currently inside the active database time, which I get my database from Navigraph, which is a subscription. $9, no, $10. I think it's $10 a month. Gets me the database that I load into the game so that all the waypoints are actually in the game, and it gives me the Navigraph charts so that I have all the charts to look at the airports that I'm flying from and to. So we want to do position init, and we have to tell the plane where it is. So we just get the FMS position because that's pretty much accurate. You can also go over here and you can get it from this line here, which it's all pretty much the same. You can also tell it what the airport is and what gate you're setting at, and it should give you a waypoint there, but this is close enough, so we're going to go with that. Go to the flight planning page, and this is where you put in a bunch of your information. So we're at Salt Lake City. We put in KSLC in the origin, and then we're going to be flying to Denver, KDEN. Our alternate's Colorado Springs, which is KCOS. Our originating runway is 16 right, so we'll put that in for the originating runway. And then for our flight number, what was our flight number again? I might need one of those pages that I minimized. Here it is. SkyWest 5522. Is that right? Yep, that's right. So execute that. And then you can go to the next page and start putting in your flight plan here, but it's actually a short enough flight that we don't need that flight plan, because all we have is the departure and then the arrival immediately after that. So I really don't need this page right here. I just need to go to departure arrival, and it'll put me automatically on departure. So it already knows we're going from 16 right, and then we're going from the departure for Rugged 2, and the transition is called Purdy. There it is, Purdy. You sure do got a Purdy mouth. And we execute that, and then we can go back to the departure arrival index, set the arrival, which they want us to do 16 right, so we're going to set the ILS for that. And then the arrival is long Z1 with the camper transition. And let me look at the charts real quick and see if I can get an in transition. So long Z1 comes into, we're doing 16 right. Kale, Kipper, I don't see those. There's Kale, okay, that's way out. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. That's what I need for this. So the arrival has two transitions, because one is the transition from inbound to the star, and then from the star to the approach is Kale, and then the approach is straight into the runway pretty much from there. So that looks good. I'm going to execute that. Go to the legs page over here. I don't need vectors right there. I don't know why it's giving me vectors for the departure. Let me look at the departure here. Let's depart out. Oh, it's because I'm departing south and the departure is actually north of the airport. Bobby to rugged. Which one was I on? Purdy? I might just go direct Purdy from the... So we select Purdy. Oh, I can't see my chat right now. And then I'll put that right there. And then Purdy goes to camper, and then that should be a good there. And then this is all the arrival stuff. Yeah, that all looks good. And the RRS is just aligned, so that's good. We'll be ready for that whenever. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Here, let's just do that, and then that. That's better. Now execute. There we go. So it's showing out, and then Bubby, rugged, Hertz. Okay. Now I can switch this display over here to this little mode here, and it lets me view the plan and figure out if everything's okay. Because I can go here and just choose next waypoint, and it'll step through each waypoint. And you get to see, you know, make sure everything's lined up and going from point to point. Everything looks pretty good here. Long Z, funnel, beyond, Swain, and there's Kale. That's our transition into the runway approach with Schramm, Shred. Psychic is down here, then Newland, Marin, Jetson, and that's into the runway. Perfect. So go back to the flight plan page, and then I can turn this back to, not that one, this one, and turn the range back up to 20 is good. Let's see here. Now I'm going to go up here and turn on the plane's power unit. So we click that button and it opens up a little flap in the back, and you watch this. When it says open, you can start the power unit. And then it'll show these things start to go up. And when that's done, it'll show that the APU is running. While that's starting up, I'll go back to this down here and I'll do performance init, which is performance information that it needs. I need to look at the flight plan again. Let's see. Get that back. And now I'm looking for the altitude that is planned, 35,000. 35000. Put that in cruise altitude. Something else I forgot to do is go over here to the performance page of this and put in my zero fuel weight, which is planned for 27964. And then enter. And then we have fuel 3634. Enter. Set payload. And then that tells us our takeoff trim. We're going flaps 8, dry runway. I can set all that. We've set it in the simulator, so our weight should be good, and our fuel should be the same. Yep, pretty much the same. And then we can copy this perf init data to here, and it fills in a bunch of the extra stuff over here. So we execute that. And let me see. I think that's pretty much everything there. You can check the VNAV. You can see the transition altitude, like every US flight, is 18,000. You can go to the next page. Your cruise altitude is 35,000. And next page, the inbound transition altitude is 18,000 again when you're descending. So that's cool. The radios will manage themselves because they're set to auto. I think that's pretty good. So go to the progress page. That sets that up. Make sure got this stuff in the right place. Yeah. So I can go ahead over here and turn off the ground power cart. And I can remove the jetway from there, which I have this handy little add-on tool, and just open it up, push jetway, and watch, and this will move eventually. Ooh, it clips through the plane a little bit. That's okay. But yeah, moves back up to the terminal. That's neat. I think that's all I need there. So let's button up the plane. Close the passenger door, the cargo door,
the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
And then the flight attendant talks to you. I'll take the chocks out. I might want to turn up the lights so people can see back there.
Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to
La
watch
la
our
la
cabin
la.
crew display the safety features
Yes,
of the
yes,
aircraft.
yes, I know. We're gonna get that back there. We're going to turn on the beacon, turn on the seatbelt sign, and then I gotta open the isolation valve, turn on the fuel pumps, and then wait for that to get connected, which it kind of skips a little when it gets connected. Get my feet on the pedals here because I'm going to have to use those. Let's see here. How are we going to taxi out today? Probably about the same way we came in. So that means we'll be taxiing to the right a little bit and then oh, looks like it's bouncing around over there. Anyway, while we're backing up, I go ahead and hit this button here. That's going to start the engine. You can see down here on the display, this thing here shows that the engine is starting to spin up. Look outside real quick. You can watch where we're backing up to. And then when that number gets to 20, which is now, I want to hit that and pull that up to there so that the engine is not in cutoff. And then we'll continue are back. I'm using my pedals to steer the plane out onto the taxiway here. And our engine is starting up. You can tell by the distortion on the back of the engine. That's looking pretty good. Looks like we got a good start on that one. Yes, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Get it all the way back there. Don't want to listen to that. Okay, that's pretty good. Stop there, set the parking brake, stop, push back. Make sure everything is all closed up on the plane. It is. Get back inside. And they're doing the safety. I do not need this anymore, so I can close that.
In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head.
I want to turn the nose wheel steering on so that I can steer on the taxi out. Let's see, got that, got that. Set that. We'll arm our reversers in case we need to do a what do they call it? I don't remember. It's like a wave off for the takeoff. Like if you have to cancel the takeoff mid-roll, you need your reversers on to slow down. Let's see. Okay, I've got the engine one running, or first engine running. I'll go over here and start the other one. And almost ready for taxi, so I'm going to go ahead and set those up. Watch the engine spin up. I forgot something else. I'm supposed to turn all three of these on as well. Hydraulics for the control surfaces. And we're above 20, so set that. It goes back in and starting up. And the temperature starts to rise. Good, good. While that's going, I'll turn on the yaw dampers. I don't want to turn on the weather radar yet. Let's see, I've got that set for takeoff. I need to set the flaps for takeoffs. Got a little dial on my control here where I can set those to 8 for takeoff. Reversers are armed. I need engines are balanced, so that's all good. Go back up here and I can turn on the packs, turn on the air circulation there, and I'm going to turn on window heat and probe heat. That's all on, that's all on. You can hear everything start spinning up, and we're going to do manual cross flow. And oh yeah, one other thing I forgot to check real quick, which I'm going to now. We're going to be landing into Denver at an airport elevation of 5,434. So we have to set the landing elevation in the plane, which is right here. And we do that, even though it's down here on this display, you have to turn a knob up here to set it. And it takes a lot of fucking cranking. Crank, 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 crank. Should have done this before I backed up. But that's all good. 5,434. It won't go to 34 exactly, so I'll do 440. That's good. We can go ahead and turn the APU off now and close the APU door. Seatbelts on, manual parking brake. Okay. Push down on my brakes on my rudder pedals here. and disengage the parking brake. It says on the display there, the very top line says takeoff config OK. So we're all ready to take off. Just need to roll out to the runway. So you do that by letting the brakes off and adding a little bit of power. Eventually it will start rolling. Very, very slowly. Oh look, there's Ricky Bobby in a 747 up there. And then a good way to taxi is by doing outside the plane, which is actually really fun. You get to look around, see your plane a little bit, and you can see where the nose wheel is on the yellow line there. I'll try to go out this way, I think. A little more throttle, that's a bit slow. Check that does work. Up, down, elevators up, down, and the rudder is working. Yay. Turn here. Whee. Come on. This way so we know where to turn next. So we have to turn out to, we're going down this way and then up that way to the end of the runway. Good. Slowing down a little. Oh, it's so much easier to steer the plane with these pedals than it was with my joystick twist that I used before. Weird sound. Okay. There's two taxiways. I can't remember. Let me go to the farther one. Yeah. Way to know your wheel is on the center line inside the plane. So if you're looking right forward and your eyes are in the right place, the yellow line on the pavement will look like it's going kind of like right between the screens here. Unless you're turning. Like we're about to down here. Okay, brake a little. Flight director. Oh, that's something else I forgot to set. Was my heading and altitude buttons. So we have to set the heading for the runway heading. That's 164. 164. There we go. And our altitude we set for our cruise altitude, which is 35,000. There we go. Perfect. Thank you, Putra. Start. I'm sure it will be. I've actually been having a lot of fun with this plane. It lands nice. It's a great little plane. going to go ahead and set the speed heading on, even though the autopilot is not on yet. We don't put that on until after we take off. I think it's safe to turn on the weather radar, even though I've never actually seen any weather on the radar here. And we're almost to the runway. I'll go ahead and turn on the strobe light. I think I got everything up there set already. Flaps are set for takeoff. Should be good. Almost to the end of the runway here. Takes a little while to get down there. Pick it up a little bit. We're going a little bit slow. You don't want to taxi really, really fast. Get all situated in my seat and have my feet on my pedals. Come on now, a little faster. Might be an uphill climb to this runway. The way the plane is slowing down, usually it keeps rolling pretty good by itself. Without having to keep using the throttle. Okay, we got speed set, we got heading set. Yeah, it's really weird that we're taking off the opposite direction of the departure. That is really freaking weird. I don't get it, but okay, whatever. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Are we though? Normally there'd be more traffic and like we'd have to stop here at this line with the red numbers on it. And wait for, you know, if anybody's flying in, which I don't see anybody down there, and there's nobody on the other end of the runway, so that's all good. Roll on out. Roll out straight onto the piano keys here. And give it a good brake and turn. And turn on our landing lights, which you turn on the landing lights for takeoff too, so they had a bit of power. It'll slow to turn. Come on. Okay. That's pretty good. We're over the numbers. One last check to make sure everything is set. It looks like everything's good here. Everything's good there. Everything's good over here. All that says good. Don't need anything there. This looks good here. And all of that is good there. We'll turn that off after takeoff. We'll turn on the autopilot after we get up in the air. So we're ready to go. Turn on my departure chart here and let off the brakes, run up the engines, and we're rolling. Power stable, takeoff power. Toga! Toga! Oops, oh, a little too far. Use the pedals to make minor corrections here. Watch the speed tape's alive. 100 knots. Oops, wrong way. V1 rotate. And we're off the ground. Positive rate, gear up. Up, up, and away into the wild blue yonder. And we're climbing. Go ahead and turn on the autopilot. It'll follow the heading for a little bit here. I don't need my feet on the pedals anymore, so I can let off of that. And looks like that's good. We're climbing good, so I'm going to go ahead and turn my flaps down. And I'm going to select nav. It's going to turn the plane all the way around to go back to the waypoint on the other side of the airport. Oops, I set the flaps the wrong way. Yeah, just turn them off. That's good. Now with the speed selected, it's going to try to hold a speed and climb at that speed. We want to turn that up as we climb up here a little bit. And look outside, see, flying over beautiful Salt Lake area. Now it would be beautiful without all the noise. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I think that's the highway I take in the truck simulator sometimes. Right there along the city's like right there. The highway goes up like right alongside of it. That's cool. We're off. We're up. It's not crashing. Yes, that is a serious concern sometimes, because sometimes I forget to turn on the speed and then it doesn't climb and it likes to crash. It's like, oh crap. Got a good climb rate of 3,300 feet, so that's good. Now all we have to do is... I did not set the altimeters, but oh well. I was going to do that. I tried to remind myself. What was the altimeter supposed to be? Direct to the next suitable waypoint. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Because it was a weird takeoff with the departure being on the north side of the airport while I was taking off to the south. It was like, what? But it turns around and it's on course now, so I think that's pretty good. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was trying to find the this, because I wanted to set my altimeters like they should have been set. 3013. Put that back over there. So my altimeter should have been 3013 for the takeoff. That gives you an accurate altitude. I really don't think I'm going to bother with the co-pilot side. It's not like I actually have a co-pilot. And then I'm going to set the heading for our current heading. Is your name on Valanta the same?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Why are you serving sandwiches in the middle of climb? Your cart's just gonna go to the back of the fucking plane. Go set these to auto. And I can turn off the manual crossfeed now. I think that's everything. Packs are on, everything should be good. I can turn off the reverser's arm there. And I can set power for climb. Oop, not there. There. Okay. Butcher startle. Pilots are hungry. Yeah. I said that the other day. I was like, I'm hungry. Bring me a sandwich. Thank you very much for the follow, Putra. I appreciate it very much. Welcome into the community. It's a nice community here with the flight simulators. I don't stream that often. I'm trying to get back into it. I figured I would today with a nice little flight. I just got this plane this week, actually. I think it was Wednesday. And I've been studying how to fly it, and we're now crossing 18,000, so we can actually go and set that back to standard. Yay! Whoa, slight hiccup. Does that every once in a while. But we're on good course here for Bubby. 2 weeks or so? Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I flew along with another friend of mine the other day. He did a flight up in it from Newark, New Jersey to Toronto. And I flew along with him, and it was my first actual flight in the plane. And it actually landed really nice for me and everything. And I was worried about the auto throttle, about there not being an auto throttle. But, you know, it's fine. Hey, Panther. How's it going, Deuce? I'm flying. Let's see. Above 20,000, I could probably turn the speed up a little more. Go to 260. Hey, can't see that. There. The Calypso stream and MSFS. It's going good. I am great. I had a really great birthday yesterday. That was fun. Got my rudder pedals. I got this plane for my birthday. Getting the oil changed on the pickup and grabbing some food. Yummy. Grabbing food is always good. They're serving sandwiches on the plane if you want one of those. I don't know. Let's see, we're on nav. Everything is good there. Got that on. That's good. Yep. Looks like everything is great. Oh, that's okay. I had a great birthday. A lot of people didn't know, and then they found out whenever I came in the stream. I was talking with other people who did know and then told everybody. It's like, oh, this is fun. But yeah, it was a great day, and I'm really happy I finally have rudder pedals. Thank you, Putra. I appreciate it very much. So dang busy with work and getting new HDs in my computer and whatnot. Yeah. I got a power supply unit for my next computer that I'm still working on building. I got a Corsair 850 watt modular power supply that I'm wanting to put in it. So that's awesome. I forgot to set the chrono off again. Oh well. I almost always forget to set the timer on the chrono whenever I take off. I know, right? I love it. You only put in the wires you need. Oh my gosh. Plane, what are you doing? It's doing one of those weird things where it starts kind of just wiggling back and forth to get on the path, it looks like. The other day it was really weird because it wasn't even following the path. It would blow past the waypoints and just keep going straight that way. Or it wouldn't even head towards the waypoints. It'd turn, but it'd be heading off in another direction completely. I cycled my flight directors and autopilot a few times after that, and it eventually started doing everything right. But yeah. I think the guy I was flying with, he had the same issue and he never quite got it right, so he just put it in heading mode and manually adjusted the heading. I believe set heading here. There we go. Sweet tea. That sounds good. I might have to leave the flight deck to get me some water or something here real quick. Ah, look at that beautiful MSFS scenery. Very loud out here. Kind of windy. Yeah, I gotta stay hydrated. I find that when I stream, it does make my throat hurt a little bit, so definitely want to take care of that. So just in one moment, I'm going to leave you in the outside view here, watching Ricky Bobby and the Descents and all those people, and me climbing. And I'll be right back after I get some water. And I'm back. Let's see, we're at 33,000 according to this. I think it's a little different, this altitude, from the inside. Yeah, just a little bit. Not terribly. Thank you, Panther. Climbing on up. Might need a little bit more power. Nah, it's climbing good. Speed is good, speed is good. I still have the throttles in the climb section right there. Crap, that's just gonna keep flashing over there, isn't it? There we go. 1,000 to go. I can't remember what the cruising speed was supposed to be. 7 something is good. Oh, get my chair comfortable here again. That's one thing that's kind of boring about this flying is, I mean, once you get to altitude, you just kind of balance the throttle out a bit to maintain kind of a constant speed, and then you're really just watching for the top of descent. Today has been a productive day. Got a new 4T hard drive. Ooh, nice. And the second computer, and got the SSD in and cloned. Nice. Gotta wipe out the first 4T that was cloned. Nice. That's very cool. I don't know. I don't know, Brucher. I think so. It is on nav mode here, so I believe that is VNav. We're at altitude now, so I'm going to start pulling back the throttles just a little bit, not too much. That's one thing I hate, is that when I pull my throttles, it kind of makes the ones in the cockpit jiggle a little bit in the visuals sometimes, like that. A little annoying. I really wish I could afford to get a better, like, throttle quadrant and have an actual yoke. That would be cool. No messages on the displays. Over here. That one. There's the VS scroll, and then there's the vertical speed, and then altitude, and then nav. That's a good point. I didn't think about that yet. One of these days I am going to start flying this on VATSIM from the EFB. In the options menu. Coupled VNav. Oh. Might have to do that. I'll probably set it after I finish this flight, maybe. I don't want to mess with it right now in case it changes something. I don't know what it would change, but let's see. I don't need any of that right now. Maybe next flight, yeah. Whoa. How's the wind up here? 31 knots from the left. Great. I just saw the plane shake a lot there for a second. And turning onto course here. And I believe that's our transition waypoint. Purdy, yeah. So we are now off of the departure chart. Go ahead and close that. And put the arrival chart onto the map on my tablet. Oh, that's what that was. That's hilarious. Oh crap, did I set the takeoff trim? I don't even remember if I did that. Oh well, it took off fine. The pressure of doing a flight in front of people on a stream. Whee! That's an impressive trampoline. Go ahead and jump and I'll push the nose down and you can hit the ceiling of the plane. Oh, look at that scenery. Damn, this game's beautiful. Sim. I forgot it's a sim. Is the sound too high on the game? Or am I too loud? Or it seems like the game sound is getting a little bit into the red here. Might be a little bit high. Turn it down a little bit. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do, and that's very loud. Yikes. Oh, shit. Crap. I hit escape. It turns off the engine whenever you hit escape. Why does it turn off things? That's on. Oh, that's screwed up. I was trying to get the dang thing back into the cockpit. Oh well. I'm going to cancel this flight. Damn it. Oh. The troubles of flight simming. Yeah, it's not too much trouble to set everything back up. Let's see. I mean, I already have everything all pulled up, and all I have to do is... Oh, that's pretty. What is that? I wonder what city that is. Looks really nice. Kind of looks like Chicago, but I don't think it is Chicago. Is it? It looks like it, all right. It's really nice. It could be, because it looks like out here, Where's, oh, my mouse isn't on the screen, darn it. Yeah, off in the distance, kind of there along the shore, it looks like that's where that airport that got bulldozed is. Yeah, Megs, I think. Flight Sim 98. Gosh, I don't even remember if I played Flight Sim 98, but I did play a Flight Sim before that. I don't remember which one it was, but I played some very old Flight Sims back around the 80s, early 90s, I think it was. And dang it, that click that it does is really freaking loud. Okay, so set the plane up again. Where's my flight plan? It's over here. I'm actually going to set my performance data first this time. So, can't see anything right now. It's kind of annoying that here, maybe I can put that on half the screen. There we go. That way I can still see the chat while looking at the flight plan. There, that works. So 27964 for the weight. Let's give this another try. 3634 for the fuel. Set the payload in the simulator. Go to aircraft. I almost want to turn off the cabin voice sound thingies that happen all the time. I'm going to go ahead and open this and put the ground power on, and we'll turn that up. It's daytime, turn them up all the way. I'm not going to bother with the jetway this time. I think that's everything in there. So let's go ahead and turn this power on. Turn the ground power on. Nav lights, hydraulics, that sign. We'll turn up the integrated lighting and turn on the recirculation fan. If anything, this is just more practice for setting up the plane. Stop cautioning at me. Which I need practice. Pop those down. Turn that panel up over there. I think there's a thing in the options here where you can actually turn off the co-pilot side displays and everything. That might be nice. We'll turn on the IRSs to align. Turn that, and that's all good right now. And the ground power is all connected. Okay, that's everything there. Go ahead and do our position in it. Flight plan again. I really wish they'd fix that bug that turns off the engines whenever you hit escape. I don't know what the heck it is. I haven't seen any yet. I do turn on the weather radar, but I don't think it actually functions. Runway 16 right. Flight is Sky West 5522. Execute. Yeah, I don't know if they have that modeled or if it's something that do more computer work shall be in the background. All right, have a nice lurk, Panther. Appreciate the lurking. We'll be back in the air shortly. And I don't have anything to do here because the only waypoints on the route are from the departure and the arrival, so there's really nothing in between to program in there. So let's program this. Wonder, is there a better departure to the south maybe? Let me see what departures we have. Salt Lake City, departures. So there's Arches. Wait, Seagull. Seagull goes to the northwest, so that wouldn't be it. What's Desert 1? Desert 1 goes straight to the west, so that wouldn't be it. Fairfield 9 goes south, so that wouldn't be good. Rugged 2 is the one I usually use. And then Salt Lake 4. That one I don't understand the chart for at all. And there's Zion, which is also to the south. So the Rugged 2 is the only departure I see that's actually close to right. Weird. It's weird that you depart to the south and then it actually turns all the way around. So there's the Rugged departure, and the transition is Purdy. That sets that up. Execute. Go back to the index. There we go. And our landing is expected on 16 right with the long Z1 arrival, which is there. The camper transition in, and then Kale transition out. Execute that. There we go. Now do the legs. I'm going to take out the vectors and execute that, and then take out the discontinuity and execute that. Think that's good. All the way into the runway. Good, good, good. Okay. Later, Putra. Have a wonderful day, and I hope we see you again soon. 164. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Got that set. I got that set. So now I'm going to go and do the APU open. It's open. That opens really fast. That's nice. And we'll start up the APU so we can get off this ground power. And while that's starting up, do the performance init. Okay, 35,000. And then copy the performance init data to FMS from here, which takes some of these numbers and puts them into the appropriate fields here. Execute that. Check the VNAV setup, transition altitude's right, cruise altitude's right, transition in altitude's right. So that's all good. And I think that's everything there. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna bother checking the flight plan on the MFD again. Set to the progress page, that's all good. I'm gonna set the range down a little bit more on that. And there's something else I was gonna do. Yaw damper maybe? I don't think I do that until later. Let's see here. Okay, ground power units available. So we want to disconnect that, remove the wheel chocks, and close up all the hatches. And then it's going to make the announcement.
All passengers are aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the
It really needs a volume thingy in here for the voices. Turn those down a little bit. That would be nice.
To watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Brightness reset again. Damn. Okay, APU is running. FMS is set. Throttles are good. The other thing you can do to make sure that everything's working right is wiggle your controls around back and forth and make sure they all move smooth. Make sure your pedals work. And the brakes. Make sure all that's good. You can even check the throttles if you... Whoops. Yeah, all that seems to work good. So I can put that back for now. And I think I'm ready for another pushback. Start pushback. Did I hit it? No. Come here, Tug. Let's give this another try. I did take the chocks off, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Make double sure there are no chocks in front of those wheels. Yay. We'll go ahead and turn our beacon on because we're getting ready to start the engine. Wait for him to get all connected here. It'll stop and then it'll kind of boop, there. Now I want to do this and hit reverse and slow it down a little bit. And while we're pushing back, this is when I go up here and open the isolation valve. God damn it. Do the fuel pumps and then turn on engine 1. Or the right engine, as it were. I think I got everything that time. I was kind of hurrying. I hope I got all the right stuff set. Watch for that. We'll flip up the switch here. 19 and 20. And look at our backing here. The engine is starting. Looks like we got a good engine start, so that's nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seat.
Go a little bit faster. I think that's pretty good, right about there. Stop there. Set the parking brake. Stop the pushback. Truck will go away. And gotta set this to start the other engine. And we got a good start on that one, so I can turn the pack on that side. Fuel is on. Engines are on. Turn on the taxi lights. Oh, I should turn on the seatbelt sign too. Oopsie. Oh, forgot the hydraulics. Damn it. And there comes up the other engine. We can turn off the APU. Close the door. Nice, nice. That looks good. Engine pack is ready. Turn on that. The window heat and the probe heat. I think we're ready to start taxiing. Make sure. Oh yeah, I gotta turn on the flight directors. Turn on speed and heading. And our heading is gonna be the runway heading to start. So 164. There. Tiny little number, but I can see it. That's good. And we're gonna set the flaps to for takeoff. And oh yeah, I gotta turn on the yaw damper too. I was looking at the message there, I was like, what's that yellow message? Parking brake set. Turn off the parking brake and it says takeoff config is okay, so that's cool. We're all set. Let's roll out. Roll out. Sounds like Transformers. Okay, let's try this one more time. Do I have my... Granted, I'm not on VATSIM or anything to worry about the transponder being on, but yeah, might as well set it. Oops, that's the other thing I forgot. For some reason that doesn't seem to work, but, you know, for realism, arm the nose wheel steering so that I can actually steer the plane, even though it works anyways, but, you know. Oops, other way, other way, other way. Forgot to set something else. Get on this turn here. And then I'll set those things. Let's see, I set the speed bugs, I set the... Wait, did I set the speed bugs? Doesn't look like those VRS speeds are right. Whoops, turn here. Check that here in a second. Okay, one thing I need to do is do the landing elevation for the airport again, so I have to crank this up. It's 5,434. Whoops, goddamn zoom. Look where I'm going real quick. Oh. Wait, 5,000? Yeah, 5,000. Crap. Thought it was there already. Ah. There. Phew. Okay, there's that. And, whoa. Wrong way. Set that. Set the flaps. Packs are running. Oh, crossfeed. There's something else I'm forgetting and I can't remember what. Didn't set the arm reversers to armed. Yeah, I'll figure it out whenever I get there. I'll be like, wait, I forgot something. What the hell is it? Power's all good. Almost to the runways, turn that on. Go ahead and turn those on. Got that all set, that all set. Oh, getting a little slow. Come on. I swear this is an uphill taxiway. Flight director's on. Okay, I think we're good there. I don't need that up anymore, so do this. Okay. Oh no! What the hell is that? Kaf Beck! Welcome into the stream. Thank you for following. I really appreciate it. How are you doing today? Wonderful to see you here. We're taking off for the second time because, stupid me, I was up in the air. I just got into cruise altitude. I was trying to adjust the drone camera and I hit escape and it shut down the entire plane. So we're starting over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Come on. Really want to play this in VR. I think it'd be so much fun to just drive the plane around the taxiways in VR. Okay, lights are all set. I love having pedals. It's so much easier to steer the plane now. Come on. I turned a little too early. Okay, we're going to go straight to takeoff. Engines are stable. Crossfeed set and toga. Yay. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to set the climb altitude. I'll get it when we get in the air. We won't hit 10,000 that fast. Oh, the V-speeds, that was the other thing, I think. I know where to take off from now. Right about here. Rotate. And we're up, up, and away. Positive rate, gear up. Track one notch of flaps. And engage the autopilot. Turn the speed up. Oh, speed was really low. 215, that's good. And we want to set our altitude for 35,000. There. 35,000. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. And I think we can retract flaps all the way. We can disarm the reversers because we didn't have to abort the takeoff, and turn off the crossflow manual override. Oh, I forgot the damn barometers again. What was it? 30.15? I think so. There's that, and we're already at 9,000 feet. So, relatively quickly here, we'll be turning off the lights. There's 10,000, so we can turn these lights off. And we'll go ahead and turn no smoking and the seatbelts to auto. I think that's everything up there. So we're good. We're taking off again, and oh yeah, I need to set nav. Oh, it's turning this way this time. It's such a weird departure that you take off to the south and then you have to turn around and hit a SID that goes out to the north. They really should have a south SID, I think. I mean, I know there's mountains around. There's the Salt Lake City down there. I do believe this is the highway I was talking about earlier that goes through Salt Lake City and Euro Truck Simulator. So that's cool. There's somebody back there on the airport. I don't know if they're at the airport or... Yeah, it looks like they're like on that runway. Maybe getting ready to take off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
In the middle of my climb! In this economy! Make sure I've got everything set here. It all looks good to me. Go ahead and turn speed up a little bit. Go on up to 260. Oops. 270, fine. It'll kind of level out the plane so that it speeds up. Oh, I forgot to set that VNAV thing. Shoot. I should have done that. Intercept the line here, and we've just passed 18,000 transition altitude, so we'll go ahead and set that to standard. That one. And we're on course again. Hooray! Now I sit back and relax and wait until we get to cruise altitude. And try not to fuck up my plane with the escape key this time. wish that would disappear. Trying to think if I forgot anything in that hurried up takeoff procedure. I don't think I did. Hollywood 666. I think I saw them in California the other day. I know there was somebody named Hollywood when I was flying out of San Francisco? No. It might have been when I was flying into San Diego, because I went from Las Vegas to San Diego and I took a screenshot there. And I think there was someone named Hollywood in the distance, which could have possibly been near LAX or something. Maybe not quite that far. I don't know. What plane are they flying? 747. That's fun. I forgot to set my chrono on again. That sucks. But oh well. We're on a good climb. I can go ahead and set heading, which I'll have to do a couple of times on the departure here. And I think I did everything. Did I turn on the lights in the cabin? Yeah, I did. Good, good. Okay. I'm not going to mess with the camera with the drone cam again. I'm just going to use the exterior cam like this. Bye, Salt Lake City. That lake is really pretty. Turn and settle in, having to turn itself back online. Silly autopilot, you turned too far. It does weird things like that sometimes. It's a weird little plane, and I think they have a lot of bugs they need to work out on it. For fuck's sake. I could see the altimeter number over there blinking, and it was getting on my nerves. Okay, back outside. Airport is like right there. Took off from this runway, went out that way, turned around, following the waypoints now this way. Almost to cruise altitude, which is cool. Got live weather set, but I don't see any weather anywhere. Like no clouds around lately. It's weird. It was very cloudy and foggy in San Francisco this morning when I took off from there. Okay, back inside where it's quiet. And it's starting to turn for the next waypoint already. What waypoint are we on now? The transition. Nice. Nice. Kind of a short flight today. We're headed to Denver. Shouldn't take us too long. It says it's about 44 minutes to Denver. Add 10 minutes to that maybe for the approach and the star and all that stuff. Plus the fact that I'll probably slow down too early and too much. And almost 1,000 to go. Take my feet off these pedals. They're kind of uncomfortable to sit my feet on for extended periods. You only really need the pedals if you're actually doing maneuvering, and right now the autopilot's doing all the maneuvering, so. That's 1,000 to go mark sound for the altimeter. Means we're almost to the cruising altitude. That's it. Just pull up my charts over here. Yeah, apparently I'm not even supposed to be this high already, but eh. Oh well. See what our transition altitude back down is gonna be. 11,000. Cool. And 34.8. There's 9, okay. And it's slowing real slow down on the climb as it gets ever closer to the cruise altitude, and then it's just gonna kind of stop. When it stops, we pull back on the throttle a little bit, put it in manual mode. just passing on. Why are you turning? I think it's trying to stay on the route. Just casually flying over some mountains here. Oh, most of the mountains are back there. These are kind of mountain. I think this is all part of the Rocky Mountains. I mean, we're headed to Denver, which is right on the edge of the Rocky Mountains. Out here somewhere. Ooh, it does have jet stream behind it. Laying out those contrails. Yeah, back to the quiet comfort of the cockpit. How fast are we going? We're going just over Mach 8. Kinda want to slow down just a hair. Gotta be really gentle on the throttle because it doesn't take very much movement for it to change the speed. It's kind of a touchy plane. Read these landing instructions from the Denver chart. We're landing in 16 right. Let's see, from that waypoint, Flannel it's called, F-L-N-E-L, on track 92 degrees, which is the heading, to Beyond, B-E-O-N-D, then on track 92 to Swain, S-W-A-Y-N, then on track 92 to Kale. Expect ILS or localizer runway 16 right approach. That's actually really simple. This is going slightly better than last time since I'm not messing up with the speed control or hitting the pause button and messing up the engines. So let's see, we're just past per T, which means the next waypoint on the route is Camper. We'll get there in 5 minutes, and Camper is actually the transition waypoint into the Denver Star, which is the standard terminal arrival chart. And sometime soon there, we should see a little, like, green dot. It kind of looks like that tiny green dot that you see right there, but it's along the line, and it'll say TOD next to it, which means top of descent. And that's whenever we set to start descending. And it looks like our transition into the airport after the star is going to be 11,000. So I can go ahead and set 11,000 on the altitude now so that it's ready. Whoop. There we go. Too low. Too much. There. Okay. And then whenever I get to the top of descent on here, I just have to hit speed and it'll start going down. Well, I have to pull back on the throttle a little bit too, and then it starts going down. Very hard to see anything outside right now. Get a good view here. Love how wide the windows are on this plane. They go all the way back there. To the window, to the wall. But yeah, when I don't mess up by hitting escape, which shuts down the plane for some odd reason, I actually really enjoy flying this plane. Cabin temperature 27°C. That seems a little hot, but okay. Excuse me. What's that say? Oxygen. Okay. Let's see here. I think that's all set. That's all good. I think we're good. Gonna try to come in a little bit faster for the approach on this one. I did Salt Lake City this morning and I slowed down below 200 knots way too early. See on display here, we're set for Mach 77, 0.77 that is, because we're under the speed of sound. And we're actually traveling at 0.797 at 35,000 feet. We're on the FMS1 course, which is what was programmed in here. We're not climbing or descending right yet. So yeah. Love this beautiful little plane. Give me 1 second here, I'm gonna get up. I have a wireless headset so I can keep talking to you when I get up. I'm just gonna go get a bit of medicine real quick that I was supposed to take earlier. And I forgot. Oopsies. There we go. Okay. Myself situated in the seat again. That's good. Say we pop out the drone for another look outside again. I think this might be a good camera angle for when we're on approach. When I'm popping out the landing gear. Just put it right here and watch the landing gear come out. Maybe. I don't know. Look at the reflection in the tail there. You can see the reflection of the engine in the tail right there. It's pretty cool. Shiny plane. Just see. Hopefully I didn't miss it. Tap of descent will be... God damn it. I can't see it. Oh, I think... No. Is it? Yeah, it's right here. At, Bikey. Bike. B-Y-Y-K-E. Which is the next waypoint after the current waypoint that we're coming in on. So Grazy and then Bike. We should be above 27,000 for Bike. It says on the chart. No problem. It actually says that on the display here too. Can't see it there. Let me see. I should say it here. Yeah. See the FL 2270 is 27,000 feet, and the A means above. So above 27,000 feet. And since we're not descending until there, we'll be above 27,000 feet. So that's good. Interesting. Just reading that little plaque on the panel there. So we're at Grays about, right? Which is out from there. And then it's 52 miles to Bike from here. There's like just over there somewhere. I think. See any people in there. Oh well. Yep. We're almost to the top of descent, which might be a little boring to watch actually, because that's when I zoom in on the dash on the panel here so that I can see these displays really closely. And I'll do something like this, turn it a little bit like that, so I have access to all these, and down a little bit like that so that I can see the displays. Something like that. And I do that because I pretty much fly the descent all on these screens without looking outside. What's going to happen here is once we hit top of descent and I hit the speed button, start slowing down, and we start descending, it's going to give us some little hash marks on the side of this navigation attitude display here. And there'll be like a little asterisk, sometimes called the snowflake, that'll show up on it. And what you want to do is get that snowflake to balance kind of right in the middle. And then you'll be on kind of your proper descent path, pretty much. It'll also give you a proper, a little blue dot on the climb rate gauge here that shows where you should be, which if you match up the snowflake, you'll match up that pretty much instantly. And then it goes off of what speed that you're telling it that you want to go. So that's fun. 40 miles to go. Let me go ahead and set my range back down a bit. About 40 miles to top of descent, I think. Looks like top of descent might just be a little bit past the waypoint there. Barely. But that's okay. About the time that the waypoint changes to the next one is when I'm going to hit the button. I know the plane doesn't land itself. It's a little too old for that. It does have what's it called? ILS system on it, so I can like capture glide slope, and it does descend by itself. But when you get so close to the airport, usually around 3 to 5 nautical miles out from the runway, that's when you hit the autopilot disconnect over here, and you start flying it in by hand. We're getting there. I think these mountains right here is the last bit of the range, and then Denver's just like on the other side of them, but a little bit to the south here. Probably not that far. It's probably like right there, I think. And then the airport's on the northeast corner of Denver. East, northeast-ish corner. Yeah. We're almost there. About 20 miles to the waypoint. Look, there's somebody else in a CRJ-7. Climbing, so they just took off. Maybe. Oh. C208 Caravan. B7 something. 772. 772. That one over there. TBM. Those are general aviation planes. That's an airliner like this. And that's apparently a Boeing 777. And this person's flying a 787. And nobody behind me. Nobody behind me except for the chemtrails that I'm using to poison everybody. Just kidding. Landing elevation is set. Temperature is good. Pressure is good. And we're just about there. This is probably as good a time as any to just start staring at these displays. A bit closer. That's good. Now I can see everything. And that's probably close enough, so we'll hit speed mode and throttle back just a little bit. It starts descending. Oh. There it is. It's like, where's the snowflake? Took it a minute to pop up there. Pretty good descent right now. Maybe pull it back just a little bit. Snowflake's falling a little. You have to be very gentle on the adjustments for the descent, I've noticed. barely touching my throttle to adjust for that snowflake not being quite in the center. That's good. It's almost exactly in the center right now. And then it falls a little bit. It's kind of a game of adjusting the throttle up and down, just tiny, tiny little increments to get that thing centered and to stay there. While we're on the start of the descent here, I'm going to go ahead and set my landing speeds there. Oh shit! Antidote Gaming. Kit Kat, thank you very much for the raid. Appreciate it very much. Huh, that didn't pop up on the alerts. Hey, Ghostly Man, the Clip God, how you doing? It's good to see you here. Hi, Kit Kat. Appreciate you. How you doing? We're at the point in this flight where we're descending, so I'm spending most of my time staring at this. Oh, followed with your other account too now. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yay! And Ghostly Man, thank you for following as well. Should pop up here momentarily. There we go. I'm doing good. How was the flight? Pretty uneventful. Ghostly, we're flying a CRJ-700 Bombardier plane. This is a payware plane for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I got it for my birthday. I'm quite enjoying it. I've had some good landings in it so far. We'll see if I can do it again. It might be a little bit harder to land good with an audience. I don't know. But we'll see. Let's see. I need to slow the throttles down just a hair more. What I'm doing right now is descending, and I'm trying to watch this little asterisk on the side of my display here and keep it centered. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a turn here. We're flying into Denver. Online just at the end of my screen, I was like, I need to raid my main hoe. Thanks, bitch face. I appreciate it. So kind of you. And gonna need to start slowing down here pretty soon, so we'll set the speed bug down to, whoa, too low. Yeah, we'll set it to 240 for now. And put out some speed brakes. Yep. One of these days I'll be flying to London. About to check my pass, be right back. I may have just got affiliate. Holy shit! Hope so. That'll be awesome, Kit Kat. Less on the throttle here. Whoa. Trying to get the descent just right. Get the plane slowed down before we get there. There's actually a speed restriction right here, 250. Yeah, one of these days I plan to. I don't fly internationally a lot. I usually just fly in the United States. Or Japan. But I have flown in Europe and England before, and I will again. Right now I'm getting a lot of practice with the plane to make sure I know, how it works well and stuff like that. So I can do, landings and stuff. At some point I need to practice how to do a hold, like if I'm told to hold. And then at some point I will eventually go on to the VATSIM network. And the VATSIM network is like live ATC, people actually talking to you on the radio. You have a software that you run in the background to the simulator. And yeah, so that's fun. Okay, almost to final, and then we have to slow down even more to 210 at, looks like Beyond. Yeah, Beyond is the next waypoint after. Ooh, I can't wait. Antidote, I hope you got it. You'll get an email from them telling you if you got it. It might take a few hours. I was surprised when I got it. That's been like 3 years ago now. Wow. Cool. I do believe my wife might be in the stream, so that would be 3 VIPs. I don't know if she's still watching. And there we are past that waypoint. Need to slow down a little bit more for the next waypoint. Put these flight spoilers back out and try to slow down a little more. Looking good. We're just coming off over the mountains, and this is all the flatland, and the airport is probably where all these people are. Yep, I can see it. That airport is freaking huge. You can see it. These are the runways here, I think. Alrighty. Where are we at on the descent? 20,000. I'm a little high. Yep, I'm very high. Throw out more spoiler. Get this plane down. And we're below. We're below 230 knots now, so I can throw out the first 3 flops notches. I'll throw them out one at a time here. Yes, Ghostly, it actually is. I have played it in VR before. It looks amazing in VR. I haven't played in this plane in VR yet. I'm trying to get used to the plane just on the screen first. Ooh, I need to check my landing. Where the fuck? Where's my plane? There's Denver. There's Colorado Springs, Denver. My altimeter is going to be 3010 in Denver, so I gotta set that. And I gotta set mine there. Alright. Still a little high. Throw out another notch of flap. Slow us down a little bit more. And woo. That'll get us down to 11,000. And I need to change the range on my display here because I'm getting too close to all these waypoints being very close together and I can't see them. Okay, I need to minimize that back down so I can see you. Please go back to your seats. Oh, seats. That's one thing I forgot to do. Set the seats back to on instead of auto, and what are our altitude? One more notch. Flaps for 20. And get down. Descent is looking good, even though we're a little high. Put your seatbelts on, as I'm about to put the sign to the seatbelts on, and we're descending, and thank you. Enjoy your flight with Calypso Airlines. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Yes, that would be advisable. Highly advisable to keep your hands and feet inside of a fucking airplane. Okay. Don't open the windows. Indeed. Okay. We are below the speed restrictions now. So I'm going to pull up the next chart for the approach from Kale. Okay. $1,000 to go to set altitude, so we're good there. Sure, kitty cat. Uh-huh. I believe you. Okay, we're at altitude set. I want to set for 7,000 now. That's going to be our capture altitude for the localizer. That descent was actually really good. I'm happy with it. And we're turning into the runway approach. We should be able to see our runway here. This one right here, I believe, is our runway. Oh, you mean that snap? Yes, I saw that snap. Ooh, you're getting slow. But I need to pull back. Dive. There we go. Oof. Might be making passengers sick right now. That's pretty much all it is, Ghostly, is autopilot, land, taxi. Oops. Okay, prep for landing. We're at 10,000, so I'm going to turn on the landing lights. Seatbelt lights are on. All that is good, and... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. That's good. We are almost on final here. Localizer hasn't tuned yet, but we're getting there. Oh gosh. We are already at landing speed. No localizer yet, though. We should be getting a localizer pretty soon, I think. Let's throw out another notch of flaps, I guess. One more notch of flaps to go. Wow, this nose up, though. We weren't really pointing down. Okay, localizer's captured. Should be capturing glide slope soon. Okay, Kit Kat. Let's see. Plane is actually pointed up really badly, which I'm not really fond of that, but okay, now I can start slowing down a little more. Whoa, 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 too much. Oh. Arm the approach. Go down, damn it. Oh yeah? Still? Jeez. Okay. That's okay, kitty catty. Damn. This approach is a little bit wild. Oh, god damn it. It keeps going up and down really bad. There. Should be good there. Gonna switch my nav source to localizer. And we're good. Oh, don't worry, we won't crash. We're about on 10-mile final here. Assuming I don't get slowed down. I mean, frick, I'm going 100 knots. It's so damn slow. It should capture the glide slope here in a minute and it'll start descending.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
You really don't have to do that, Kit Kat. Kit Kat's seen me land. She knows I'm capable. Oh, getting hot though. Ah, god damn it. Not up, down, down, down. What waypoint are we at anyways? I'm in. Need to be down a little more. Got a bit of a slight crosswind. It's not so bad. It's coming kind of straight at the nose, so that's not too bad. Yes, I know I'm below altitude. Hang on. We should be going a lot faster right now, but if I hit the throttle, it starts going up a little too much. Was that the glide slope I just hit? Yeah, here we go. That's the trouble with a plane that doesn't have an autopilot, or an auto throttle. Nice spaghetti and meatballs a few days ago. Oh yes, that spaghetti and meatballs was so good. It's actually not that bad. Let me see here. We're on 5 mile final. Landing gears down. Arm. Oh, those are already armed. Okay. And everything's good up there. Okay, this is looking a lot better right now. We are past the last waypoint. We're on our way to the runway, 4 miles in. About 3 miles. Yeah, I just put the landing gear down. See? Sweet! Thank you, Kit Kat. Rest reversers are armed. 3 mile final. We're good on the glide slope. Autopilot off my plane. I want to put my feet on the throttle pedals here a little.
1,000.
A bit off center here. Oh god. Game is freezing up a little bit. Probably because it's loading in those people that are at this airport. Flaps are oh
500.
Oh, you don't have to
400.
brace.
Sink rate.
Yes, I know. Shut up.
300. Sink rate.
I'm not sinking. Shut up.
200. Sink rate. 100. Sink rate. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Well, you're supposed to be wearing your seat belt. Whee! And we're off the runway. We will turn this way a little bit, and I can disarm the reversers now. Make sure I'm on the line. Future, this person's a good pilot. I'll give them a 5-star rating for an Uber flight train. That's funny. Yeah, that's about the truth, though. Landing lights can come off, and APU is coming on. I can turn off the radar so I don't cook ground crew. I can turn off the transponder. I think I got it. Just have to look at my chart here so I can find the freaking taxiway. Ooh. Let's see, I can set that. I can turn the flight director off. APU's running, flaps are retracted. I'm off the runway. I can turn off strobe. And I think that's everything for now. The rest will come off when we get to the gate. That would be cool. I mean, there actually is a pilot avatar in the seat. If you look at the plane from the outside, you can see a little person sitting in the seat. I think it's weird though because it doesn't show a co-pilot for me in this plane, which is kind of weird. think we're gonna take this turn here. Maybe? Yeah. Looks good to me. Gate, yeah. There's a lot of people here today. Here comes a 7-4 taxiing. And there's a 787. That's cool. Hey, get over here on the line. Well, Ghostly, did you survive the landing? I wonder if he's actually gonna watch me, or he's on the outside taxiway, it looks like, so I could turn on this other taxiway. Okay. I'm not entirely sure where the Delta terminal is here, but I'll find a place to park. Maybe I'll stop and wait for him to pass. Is he stopping for me to pass? Might be. He probably has to turn here, maybe. We'll go straight ahead here. Park at one of these gates right along there. Let's see, I got the EPU on. Other way. There we go. Can't even see the lines on the... Oh, they're there. There we go. Nope. All flights on Calypso Airlines are free of charge. Let's see. Got all that off. Okay. Got the plane here. Make sure we get on the line and stop. Parking brake is set. And we'll set the wheel chocks. Get a ground power unit. And then we can turn off the engines, which is a simple matter of flipping up these little red switches and pulling the throttle back into the shutoff position. And that shuts off the engines. And yes, I know they're shutting off the engines. You don't have to keep beeping at me. Yeesh. And we'll turn off the signs now. We'll turn off the beacon light. And I can turn off the fuel pumps and the packs. And this, and that, and that, and that, and that. I can close that. And we'll open the doors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your
Beeps a
personal
lot, doesn't it?
items and carry-on luggage.
See you later, Ghostly. Well, that was fun. We have arrived. And we're alive, too. So, you know, bonus. Hit the buttons again, and... Okay, I can turn these off. Yaw damper, mock trim, stab trim. And... That's already off. Okay, come up here. Turn these hydraulics off. The lights there are off. Fuel flow is off. Turn off the APU. Ground power automatically comes on. Good. Close the APU. And that is that. Well, thanks for coming in, Kit Kat and Ghostly and Panther and everybody. I really only planned for this one flight just so I could, you know, get some practice and, you know, play with my pedals some more. I love my pedals. They're a lot of fun. Using actual pedals on here. Go ahead and cut the battery master off and that'll end the flight. I don't know why it doesn't count the takeoffs whenever I do them. It might be something to do with the in-game AI. Oops, I meant to go back to main menu there. Come on. There we go. But this was fun. Let's go and see if we can find somebody to raid. Or somebody to love or whatever. Let's see. Turn this on, turn that off. And then we're gonna go to this scene. Yeah, that transition really needs like a sound. I swear that transition needs a sound. 'Cause, I mean... Alrighty, let's see who's streaming right now. I think I know somebody who's streaming right now. If this ever comes up. Yep, that's what I thought. I think I know who we're going to raid, KitKat. Right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I will see you again for another flight or some other game or trucking or something at some point in the future. I look forward to seeing you all again. Have a great day. I love you. Goodbye.
What does that button do?